We're back, baby! It's setup day! It's setup day. We have all our stuff arrived. We have all of our rock built. We are good to go. So first step, we gotta get the tank out of the box.
And it's out of the box, baby. It looks beautiful. We got it level on the table, and now it's time to start setting up the sump.
So for the sump, we're gonna be putting in the pump. We're gonna take the little pre-cut tubing they gave us, just cut that to size, get everything lined up, put the little bulkhead on so we have our return ready to go.
And with that return pump, we actually opted to get the Syncra silent upgraded pump because we saw online a lot of people do that instead of using the standard Waterbox pump because apparently it's not that great. And then with the heater, we opted to go with an ultra thin heater. And the point of this heater is so it could actually fit in the same chamber as the return pump. It's the AquaEL 100 watt heater. Supposed to be pretty good and will obviously keep the fish nice and warm.
One thing I did not want to deal with was filter socks. All you hear is just you get issues with unclogging, you gotta wash them like every 3 days. I just want to be able to take out filter floss and throw it away. So right away, I got a little tray, fits in nicely. But with using a tray, now I have so much space below it. So I built this lovely little tower out of egg crate, and guess what's going in there? Our bio balls to make it officially a male tank. And there they go, into their new home, officially christening the Waterbox 25. And to complete the sandwich, there's the filter floss holder. Next, we shove the sponge down into the middle chamber. This is going to hold a bunch more beneficial bacteria. And now the moment I've all been waiting for, adding in that beautiful aquascape we built last time. So here we go, we're just going to carefully move it into it, trying to make sure we don't tap any of the glass. We want to make sure we can keep it nice and pristine. And again, we had that nice flat base rock, so we're taking advantage of that. That way nothing will dig under and potentially cause a collapse. So we set it right in the middle, make sure we have enough room for our hands, which could be a scraper down the line. And we just get it nice and centered exactly how we want it.
So now we are adding the sand, and as you know before, we're using the Caribbean Live sand, but we're still not sponsored, so it's backwards. This is the third time we've used this sand, and I don't know, are they ever gonna contact us? We're Reef Bros, man, come on. But anyway, now we're slowly scooping in the sand, and we're using measuring cups to do this just because it gives us a nice controlled amount to add at a time. And now we can actually layer it and piece it together instead of just jumping it all in and then all the sand's on the rock and everything. And so what we're gonna do is just keep adding it and then pop, sand.
And this isn't a sand tank, this is a reef tank, so we gotta have our water. We siphoned in our DI water that we prepped in a bucket on the steps. So siphon let us add in nice and slow using the bag to break it up so we don't just dig a huge hole in that sand that we just spent all that time laying down. But naturally, we're Reef Bros, not Reef Batteries, so our phone died and we couldn't get that nice time lapse.
And boom, baby, just like a gym after New Year's, we are filled to the max. We got all the water in. Man, Michael, shut up, I'm talking now. We got all the water filled in. We're gonna let it settle because right now some of the sand stirred up, and after about a day or so, we're gonna check back in and see how she's looking.
Now that all the water's in it, the next step is we gotta make it saltwater. You can't have a reef tank without your salt. So to do this, I put on the flow pump right in the front just for now and have it on a high speed. That way all the water will mix up everywhere and just slowly start dumping salt in one scoop after another. And then check the salinity after a bit and just kept repeating until I hit that target of 1.026. The last thing I have to do is add in the auto top off and the light. The auto top off is important to keep our salinity stable at that 1.026, so whenever water does evaporate off, we're putting water back into the tank to keep it consistent and keep everything happy.
Oh Mom, my God. Get the camera! My boy's looking clean!
It's amazing to see all that hard work and just look at how beautiful it came out. I can't wait to get fish and coral in here, so let's hurry up and get cycling.
Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I need money for fish.